All right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome. My name is 12 Gauge. Welcome to my channel. Some of you have probably been here before. Those of you that have not, welcome. I hope that you find something that you enjoy and something that tickles your mindset. Everything that we discuss here is strictly alleged and at times are educated opinions. So try to be open minded, take what you can and leave the rest. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tonight, I'm going to have a special guest with me, and we're going to talk about the white Elantra. So, I'm just waiting for him to get here. So, I wanted to say hello to everybody. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your kindness in your chats, all that interesting stuff. Today earlier I did a live about a case out of here in Texas on Caleb Harris, and he's still been missing for about 3.5 weeks now. If you get a chance and you live in the area, or even if you don't, um, take a look. Maybe you might find something that you can incorporate into a tip, possibly incorporate into helping the family find their loved one. It must be difficult for anyone to lose a family member, much less in mysterious circumstances, because it's one thing for somebody to not want to be found, but it's another thing for you to just know so much of the story and then it just goes blank. You're left with trying to pick up the pieces, trying to make sense of everything that you've heard, everything that you've seen, everything I believe would look like a clue, would look like evidence. And then you have people talking to you about this, talking to you about that, you know, wanting you to do this, wanting you to do that. Your mind would probably be all over the place. So it'd be rather difficult to have to deal with something like that. And if you've had to deal with something like that, my heart goes out to you, my prayers. And if you've lost a loved one, my prayers and heart go out to you. My guest has made it to the landing block backstage. So without further ado, let's bring up the special guest.
Hey, 12 gauge.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going, man?
Good, good. Wait, I'm still messing with my settings a little bit. Is that, do I still sound okay?
Yeah, you're a little lower now. Not
Let
as
me, oh, you know what? Hold up. How about that? Is that better?
right there, right there. Yeah.
Okay. I got a new little box. It's called Focusrite box. It's pretty cool. I meant to get the 2 channel.
Hmm.
I thought that's what I ordered on Amazon, but I was so excited when it came and I saw it's 1 channel. It's like, that's all right. I'll just keep it.
Hey, it happens, man. It
Gets
happens.
it
How you been?
good, good. I didn't even look to see if there's any, if it's how junky it is behind me. Got cat
No,
towers and all kinds of stuff.
it's still pretty clean, man.
It's
It's
cool.
pretty
Okay.
clean, Man, I'm feeling a little under the weather these last couple of days. I've had like a pretty bad headache and nasal problems, but I can't just lay around and be stationary. So I did a live earlier on a case out of Texas here. Have you heard about the Caleb Harris?
I looked at that just a little. I saw that. I only had a second. Let me take my headphones off. I only had a second to look at it. I'd never heard of Caleb before. I
Yeah,
was trying to compare to the photos. I guess he had a photo of a guy that was kind of bruised up and stuff laying there.
yeah, that was quite interesting, man. They found that guy laying in front of a store, I think, a convenience store or something, and underneath that, they were talking about it potentially being another missing person.
Hmm.
kind of like in the Raleigh strain case, and that was terrible how that ended up. But
Right.
they found those other bodies while they were looking for Riley. I mean, it's just terrible how looking for one a lot of times ends up you end up finding other things.
Right. Yeah. What you makes you wonder how often it happens where somebody is missing and is out there and wants to be missing. Like
Hmm.
that's actually what they're trying to do is to be missing. I imagine that's kind of rare, but or is it possible? Because like with the Riley thing, I wondered if he hit his head. You know, you can hit your head so hard you don't know who you are for a while
Of
and
course.
don't know what's going on, and you know, people find you. I know someone who she's an older woman, but she got in a car and I think drove like had no idea where she was. She just drove and drove and drove for hours. They found her and you know she was okay, but thank God, you know.
Man, it's been an interesting week, a interesting couple weeks. I mean, it's like one missing person after the other. I really haven't been keeping up with the Sebastian case, but I saw earlier some people were posting video that a dog had a hit on a grave or a shallow grave or something like that, or a mound of dirt. I think I
Mhm.
saw it on JLR or something, maybe allegedly innocent, one of those pages.
Yeah, I saw the headline, but I don't know what's. I didn't look into that. Um, yeah, it's weird. I definitely am one of those who I got to be honest. There are certain cases that really just snag me, and I can't stop thinking about them. And then there are others where it's like it takes a while to get started. It's like a car and during the cold or something. It's like it just takes a while to get going. And yeah, that's unfortunately is one of them.
Well, I've done quite a few videos lately. I did one on IDAHO4 the other night where I kind of went back in time and started with a lot of the original stuff that was first put out there, see if I could make sense of anything. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight was the white Elantra. And I know that you have a lot of theories and extensive videos on that. I'd like to look at your videos and have you explain those to the audience
Yeah,
because no better for the person who did the video to explain what they were intending in their art form. You know what I mean?
right.
Um, but I did use one of your videos, the one I think where the reporter was doing a I don't know some kind of reporting in front of the house in front of the King Road house, and I
Right.
think you zoomed into the a white Elantra, a white looking car that went one way and then came back the other way. Uh,
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what your thought process was going into zooming in that and what you actually thought when you saw it.
Yeah, that was I remember. Yeah, it was like a KTVB reporter or something, and I think he was reporting. I think it was the day after. Um,
Do you want to pull that up, Jeff?
yeah, let me pull it up from my channel and
Okay.
see.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up.
But I think a lot of people were talking about it, and that's the kind of thing. I was I'm sitting in a chat room and I hear people talking about this thing. It's so small you can't see it, and I'm just thinking to myself, I can zoom into it. That
Mhm.
might help. Let's try that. Let's do it and see what we get. Um, I haven't looked at that one in a while. Um,
That one popped up on my page the other day or on my feed, and I was like, "Hey, I didn't know Jeff did a zoom in.
oh, okay.
I
Yeah, I
remember.
do remember. Actually, my memory's for an old guy. My memory's not bad. It is KTVB.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me
all
know
right,
when you send it.
all right. So I'm going to present, share screen. White car drives by. Share.
Okay.
Okay, then let me try and resize it so it looks best on your end. I think if I do full screen like that,
Yeah, that's full screen right there.
and then do I? Okay, yeah, that's a full size it's going to get. All right, so let me hit play here.
everybody in that house, 6 people live there. They've not believe that there is a
actually start from the beginning again. So it drives by twice, one in one direction, one in the other direction.
Okay.
Here's the first pass.
Out, and everybody in that house, 6 people live there. They've
I think I play it
believe that there is
slow-mo too, so I know it's kind of fast
this
first time here.
Not have to shelter in place.
Probably don't need the sound really, but and that's, of course, that's the timestamp for the video. If you go look at the actual video from KTVB, which I think, see, that's my thing. My thing is that I like to present something and then present the original as well, so that people can go check it out for themselves. I mean, don't believe what I say, but like, if I remember right, let's see. Wait, how do I shrink it back down? Here we go. Pretty sure, let's see, in the description. Yeah, here you go. So the original video link is here. So if you go to that original video link,
what date that was when it was broadcast?
Yeah, 11/14. So so the murders happened from the night of the 12th going into the 13th, right? So this is actually one day after that.
Are you shitting me?
I guess it's they weren't so they weren't reporting right away. They weren't reporting that very day that it happened. I guess they were, news is fast, but I guess it takes a little bit of time to get the guys out there. And
so this guy was local, right? It was local news.
Right.
Okay.
Actually, let me see here if I. Oh, okay, cool. It tracks. I thought I would have to share a different window, but this is the actual.
Now to North Idaho, where 4 University of Idaho students were found dead in an off-campus house yesterday morning. Today, both the university and police identified the students who were killed. 3 of them are from Idaho. Our Andrew Bartline just arrived on scene a short time ago. So Andrew, tell us what you're seeing and hearing now here live in Moscow.
Well, Doug, we'll start by kind of getting our bearings here. This is the corner of King and Queen in Moscow. Now, if our photojournalist Troy wants to pan for a second in this direction, you can see the water tower. That's kind of where the heart of campus is here at the U of I. So this is just adjacent to it. Now, this is the house where this has happened. It's all blocked off with police tape. We can see there's one Moscow police car over in the corner, kind of near the end of the house there. And there is a Moscow police officer in that car. We've kind of seen him get in and out of his car and float around. But of course, we're not getting a ton of information right now. We do know, as you said, Doug, 4 people dead, all students here at the University of Idaho. It is being investigated as a homicide. This was sort of discovered yesterday around noon when police responded to a call of an unconscious person. When they arrived on scene, they seen that there are 4 students that are dead. There's no suspect at this time. The latest we've heard from Moscow police, they do not believe there's an active threat out to the community either. Now, we have these names and we can release them for you guys right now if we want to throw up a graphic that makes it a little bit easier to digest. It's Ethan Chapin, a 20-year-old from Conway, Washington. Madison Mogan, a 21-year-old from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Xana Kernoodle, a 21-year-old from Avondale, Arizona, but we do know that she originally is from Post Falls, Idaho. And then Kaylee Goncalves, 21-year-old from Rathdrum, Idaho. We talked with a student who lives right next to this house where this happened. She had no idea that any of this happened the night of. She says that the next day they saw these police cars out and everybody in that house, 6 people live there. They've all since gone home. Her and her last roommate were the last 2 to leave. She says that's the same for all the houses in this block, in and around this area of town. These students are going home early for Thanksgiving break after talking with their parents and deciding that that's how they feel most safe and most comfortable. So a lot of people going home early. There is a vigil scheduled for tomorrow at 5 p.m. We know that is confirmed through the university spokesperson, Kyle Faunensteel. So we'll be on site for that as well and bring you the latest there in terms of what exactly transpired, what led to this, if it was an act of aggression, if it was violent. Not a lot of details are getting confirmed right now. We're continuing to push to ask for these answers to find out what exactly transpired to lead to these students' deaths. Doug.
And Andrew, we know that they've said that they no longer need to shelter in place, that kind of alert has been lifted in the sense that there's not a threat to the immediate community. But Have you heard anything in your discussions with the police department about a suspect?
No, and I think that's the part that makes this most confusing right now. In terms of information we've been able to get confirmed, the police department does not believe that there is a current ongoing threat. People do not have to shelter in place according to the police. They also say that they don't exactly have a suspect narrowed down right now. So it is a little bit of confusing or seemingly conflicting information, trying to push to make sense of it all, to try to get these dots to connect, because there's a lot of rumors going around about what may or may not have happened, and getting these dots to fit together, looking to get confirmed information so we know how they fit together, Doug.
Yeah, Andrew, that is completely understandable. All right, thank you. Live from the scene there in Moscow. We'll see you tonight on the news at 6. Now to North.
So does he say what time at the beginning of the clip? I'm trying to figure out what time this clip was.
Now to North Idaho, where 4 University of Idaho students were found dead in an off-campus house yesterday morning. Today, both the university and police.
Well, but then he says we'll talk to you tonight at 6. So this is sometime on the 14th, before, probably a few hours before 6 o'clock.
Well, let me ask you a question really quick before we move on, and I forget. That road behind the house, that's Walenta, right? That's the road that we talked about.
Right. That's the hill going up Walenta. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, when you were looking at that and you were slowing it down, can you kind of estimate how long it took the car to go one way and then come back another? Was it minutes? Was it
good point. Yeah.
Seconds? Did he? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny here, Jeff. I'm really not.
Yeah, no, you got to check it out.
But what if he did take a U-turn in that driveway that time? You know what I mean? It's very possible.
So it's well, at least the first pass, at least on the time code from that newscast right there, is 1:49:26. Wait, let me actually go to where we see it. Yeah. Okay. So let's call it 1:51:02.
Okay.
Wait, is that right? Oh, this is a different speed. Wait, let me not get my times mixed up. So first pass. Yeah, around 1:50.
Okay, 1:50.
Wait, let me get an exact time where we see it. Boom, right there. 1:50. Well, let's call it 1:51, just to make the math easier.
Okay.
Here comes the second pass. There you go. 3:01. That makes it very easy. Well, for some, 3:01 to 1:51. That's
okay.
10, right?
50 and 150. Then
is it 10? I think it's 10.
10 minutes.
Because if it was 50, it would be 3. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that
would be the simplest math that slows me down.
Make sense. I mean, if he went all the way down Walenta and turned around, because I think we estimated that night that we were all talking. I think we estimated that.
Now, wait a minute, though. Is he going the right way or the wrong way? Wrong direction at the wrong time?
Well, right
is that
now,
the time he means to be where he is? I'm sorry. I'm not going down that again.
No, please, no. But didn't we estimate that Walenta is about a 5-minute drive from one end to one end, from that stop sign to the very end where you turn off and come back up Indian Hills?
You wanna look? Let's see. Let me bring up probably easier with Google Maps, I think. At least I'm a little more proficient with like measuring time and how long it takes to get.
You guys that are watching, I'm still not 100%. I'm still kind of medicine head. So if I'm talking a little slow or even a little slow, please forgive me. But I wanted to get on with Jeff while we had a chance.
Medicine head.
Wow.
Let's see, satellite.
If I start seeing colors and everything floating across the screen, when I start freaking out over here, call 911.
Shoot, I'm seeing colors now. I know why I'm seeing colors.
Let me pull that up.
Yeah, you know why it's all weird color like that? I got it set to night mode.
Yeah, I figured out how to do that on my end too.
Yeah, it's kind of nice so you don't have your own computer screen is lighting your face too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I should do it with the StreamYard screen. Boom, there we go. A little less light. No, that's gonna mess that up too. Okay, never mind. Just deal with that light. All right, so here we're looking at it. So you were asking.
Yeah. Can you see where my pointer is? There's a stop sign right here. Wow.
No, it's not going to show your pointer, unfortunately. I don't think.
Okay, the stop sign goes. I mean, right outside you go.
Oh yeah, I see your pointer now. It's there.
Okay, right here, the stop sign. I'm wondering how far the distance is from there all the way to the end of Walenta on the other end, heading.
I wonder how your pointer disappeared. Where to get? Do it again. Move it slowly. I saw it for a second.
Can you see it now?
No. Am I losing my vision or what?
Okay, it's over the King Road house right now. Can you see it?
No. Let me see if
maybe that was your pointer.
Oh, you know what? Duh. Wait, who's got medicine head? You or me?
Okay,
yeah, so my own. So you're talking about the stop sign like here?
Go ahead and go down Walenta all the way from the King Road house. Go to Taylor, make a left, and go all the way up. Yes, keep going up. Okay. And right there's a stop sign. And you'll make a left. And from that stop sign all the way to the end of Walenta, can you kind of gauge how far that is?
Okay, yeah, let's see. To the end of Walenta, like all the way down to here to Paradise?
Yes.
Okay.
Would that be about a 5-minute drive, maybe?
I think so. Wait, maybe I'm actually more proficient with Google Earth. How do I yeah, because I can put a marker. Hold on, let's try. Let me try Google Earth.
Stay away from the.
Sorry about that. I should be.
Hey,
I go back and forth between them.
Hey, stay away from the cul-de-sac.
I know.
We don't want to lose any people in chat tonight.
I know what you're talking about.
Sabrina, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We're talking IDAHO4 tonight. We're talking about the white Elantra. We're digging into some areas that we haven't discussed. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, wait, I got multiple windows open. Hold on. Let me close that one. Get back to StreamYard. I was just trying to click those where I see comments. I forgot to keep the comments open here. All right. So sorry about all the, you got a whole bunch of markers and stuff on here. Let me, wait, I can hide the majority of them here. So I've got a bunch of categories with all these markers. I got the mobile gas station over on Troy Road, Corner Club, Coeur d'Alene, Wrecked Elantra in Oregon. All kinds of
quite efficient.
All kinds of stuff. Let's see. But now we were going to measure from. Wait, let me put north as north. Okay. So Walenta, it's like Walenta and Paradise.
Yes, right there.
I think can I do it this way? This just measures no wait, we want to do.
Well, it looks like you already have a marker at that stop sign.
Oh, that's right. There was this guy. Yeah, there was this guy on Google Earth that was, we were discussing like who is this guy walking there? I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure when that photograph was taken. Is that current? No, that's I think a photo I just took at the time. So.
Okay.
Oh, but I can still get to it from here.
Well, my point in this whole discussion right here if you guys are lost, is I wanted to see how far it is
There he is.
from Malenta, right there where that stop sign is.
He's got
In the
sandals.
beginning, people were saying that was Brian. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was
Well,
before-
yeah, in the beginning, even
Yeah.
now, everything is a suspect. This trash can could be involved in the crime for all we know.
Yeah, they were saying that was Brian at the very beginning. Oh my God, they got Brian on Google.
Right.
But my point, getting back to the point, is from that stop sign all the way to Paradise Hills.
So what you're trying to imagine is him coming up here, doing a U-turn and going back down.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
but no, you were talking about Paradise though, going all the way down to.
I mean, we figured, what did we say, 10 minutes? So if that road is 5 minutes long one way,
I got you.
But-
I got you.
by the time coming back, it would have almost been at 9.5 minutes passing the house.
So wait, can I do that? And then also well, then just take the house, or it's the pressure of doing. I mean, we were speculating that they had a camera there because we think that's what they're talking about because they mentioned Ridge Road, and like Ridge Road is very short.
Yes, exactly.
And there's no other Ridge Road, right? It's not. It's
No.
only. Okay, it's just that little
Be
piece.
careful. Be careful. Stay above the way.
Why am I drawing a blank here? I'm going. I just want to do like driving directions from this point to that point. I know how to do it in Google Maps if I have
But let me just use your analytical mind, Jeff. Do you
measure.
just based on time frame, and we just saw that car take about 10 minutes to come back. There you go.
What about?
I don't know what you did, but you
Well,
drove
I can measure it as a straight line. It's looks like, what is it? 0.3, or 0.3 miles direct shot.
Okay.
So
So this is a winding road, so let's kind of go up a little bit, which would,
but I mean, can I do, like, you can do this.
yeah, there you go.
Now it would be nice if I could figure out the time though.
So how much?
Tell you what, next time I'm on here, I will know how to do that. Oh wait, we were only wanting to measure up to here, right? To where it's seen again.
Just to the stop sign.
Oh man. Sorry. I thought I could just undo the last one. Oh, what about path or polygon? Is that?
You know, Sabrina, one day we're going to have hundreds of thousands of people in this chat, and you're going to be with the luxury of being the first one ever.
Yeah, you got front row seat.
Yes, you have the best seat in the house right now.
Okay, so it should be like to right about here. All right. Now, if I hit escape, do they disappear? Jeez.
I love it.
So
do you remember the last number that was there? Was it 3.4? 0.34 miles?
Hold on. There's got to be a way to. That's measuring distance, but we want to measure time as well. No, wait. Okay. Wait. Hold on. This is giving me the coordinates. See if I can. I'll just open it up in Google Maps in another window that you guys can't see, but I can see it, because then I can just plot in the. Let me copy this. Wait, which marker is this though? Is that this one?
Dang, we've already been on 30 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, talked about crap, and we've been on here 30 minutes.
Sabrina's like, get to the meat and potatoes, bro.
Let's see. Okay, this is definitely that marker. Okay, it's all right. Now, where did the coordinates go? I just have to do that. There we go. So from there, I'm going over to Google Maps. Search Google Maps. Boom. Okay, directions, and then I'm going to look at. So we want another marker, like say right here. There we go. Wait, come on. I unclicked. Oh, I got to close this, then click it. Then I get the coordinates. Copy, paste, and it says 9 minutes. Interesting. And it
Go
was,
12 gauge.
hmm.
Go 12 gauge.
Yeah,
So
let me show you. I can share the other screen, and you'll see the map.
I promise I didn't do that on my own behind the scenes and cheated. Okay. 9 minutes exactly.
How you like that?
So we saw it what at 1 minute.
Wait, hold on. That's 9 minutes walking.
Oh.
That's different. 2 minutes. Way to go, 12 gauge. Way to go. You're way off.
Oh man. Okay, so
Maybe you got out of the car, walked, and then walked back.
so 2 minutes. So I don't know. Maybe he drove in front again, turned around, and then drove back that way. I don't know.
You know, I mean,
It's a good concept.
let me-
I mean,
Let me go back to the car with the reporter. Let me get rid of some of these windows. I don't confuse myself. Okay, white car drives by. There we go. All right. So I mean, with this one, to be honest with you, when we were first looking at this back then, I mean, we were mainly just checking out that car to
Right.
try and see like the, that little spot on the lower part of the back window, to see if it had the same kind of smooth curve. Oh wait, let me do frame by frame.
as many times as I've looked at an Elantra, they all look the same to me. Like, you see that little. See, it looks from a distance like it doesn't have that point on the back window. You know how you always talk about that little point
Right.
back door on the back window? See, as it goes by, it doesn't look like it does, but it very well could have it.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird as, with the quality and the video compression, as it's in motion here, it's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of almost is like it's changing shape. Not that it really is, but it's, sometimes it looks like it's more pointy, but then like you get to here, it looks like it's, different. What about the other? Which pass is that? That's the second pass. What about the first? Okay, here's the first pass.
Damn, if they would have chopped down those damn trees, we could have seen it perfect.
Yep. We're at the mercy of the trees.
Maybe if I'd be looking at the 3-time magnification instead of the 2-time magnification, I could see something, right?
Right. Yes. Well, we got to cover because I was looking at 3 times. You're looking at 2.
Yeah, it looks like it on that one. It looks like it does have the little. But do you see how the back is straight? It looks like it just levels off straight, like a.
Yeah. See there, it's got a bit of that curve upward. It's really hard to tell, and I mean, this is like on the 14th. This is the day after. I mean, it's still possible, maybe. But the thing is, I guess I'm sure that this is as many people on YouTube were talking about this reporter doing this report in this car in the background. I'm sure they've looked into it and compared it to any like location information they have on Koberger and to see if there was any chance he was here. I would be very interested to know if it seemed like there's information showing that he was around the area a lot. The murders happened, and then he wasn't anywhere near this. Like you don't see anything, you know.
I mean, that would be suspicious, but I mean, it really wouldn't. Here's the big word: it wouldn't be nefarious, you know.
Right. Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with. I see. There's nothing wrong with driving around. There's nothing wrong with the alibi. I like to drive around at night.
But
now,
you know,
if I'm insistent to you, 12 gauge, that I like to drive around at night. I like to drive around at night, and then you come to me and say, "But Jeff, okay, I know you like to drive around at night, but what's the deal with stopping for like 14 minutes in this dead end neighborhood after driving through it, 4 times before stopping, 5 times total, if that's the case." Sus to us, is Drip Drop might say, right?
Yeah, that's sus to us. But on this video that you have, it's very clear that it is a white vehicle. It looks like the windows are tinted. I mean, I'm no expert, but they look tinted to me. It looks like it's creeping. It doesn't look like it's flying by there.
Well, let's see at the real speed. Let's see what I'd probably watch just the non-magnified in the upper left just to get the sense of like the speed.
What would you say, 25, 30 miles an hour?
Yeah, probably so.
It's not flying by. Seeing it kind of slowed down right there at that curve.
And it's kind of going, same, looks like about roughly the same speed and downhill as well.
But like you said, it'd be interesting if one of the pings on that day shows him in the area, other than the one at 9:30 in the morning. Was this the 9:30 in the morning though?
Yeah, I wonder if
Hey, remember they had the ping at 9:30 in the morning of him driving by the house.
that would have been on the 14th.
So that would have been the 13th.
This is the day after that.
Okay, this is the day after. Okay,
right?
So they would have had another ping of him driving by the house if he would have kept his phone on, or if it's. I mean, that's going to be another pattern too. How many times did he leave Pullman and turn his phone off?
Right. Wait, I keep getting confused. Now, wait. The murders happened the night of the 12th, going into the 13th. So, and they occurred. They believe they occurred around 4 a.m. ish on the 13th, right? Yeah, November 13th.
And
So
then they called the police at noon.
This is a full 24 hours after all that.
This is the next morning.
This is the November 14th.
But still, they're not reporting a lot of information. I mean, he's just standing. Look at all that trash in the front yard. Look at all that stuff. I mean, that is as close to the time frame of the actual crime happening than I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Because it looks. I wonder if what I thought? I wonder if the bodies are still in there.
Yeah, good point. Because a lot of people talk about, they know.
I mean,
I wouldn't want to see them taking them out, but a lot of people have pointed out that, I don't know of anybody that has seen them taking them out. I'm sure that they figured out a way to remove the bodies so that no cameras would be seeing that. That's kind of gruesome. And yeah, I don't know how long that, because at first I was thinking, is it possible, did they take them out? I mean, I was trying to figure out how soon they had that vigil and stuff. It's like, well, all the news crews would have been at the vigil. The whole town's probably at the vigil. Maybe that was the time. But they wouldn't have left them in that house that long, I don't think.
I don't think so either. But The coroner didn't get there until almost 5 o'clock on the 13th. So them bodies had been in there 12 hours. And granted, it was cold weather, but they were still in that house. And
Right.
no telling what time they loaded them up and got them out. Maybe it was in the middle of the night.
It's curious to see that. I'm trying to figure out if I saw a picture of like an investigative picture. I think they had a marker, but it was a piece of paper that looked about that size. Now maybe it's that same piece of paper but they took it and folded it around the other way because it looked like there was some writing or something on the white
Yeah,
portion.
I remember seeing that as well.
And you can see that it looks like that very card is right down here on the ground. See, just to the if you're looking at him, just to the right of him, right by his left arm, it looks like that's it right there on the ground.
So what would be the significance of that? Just the Idaho symbol?
Yeah, it's some kind of card with an Idaho symbol on it, but I don't know. Let me take a look.
There's a rock on there like it's holding it down.
Let me just do a search and see. See if I had my stuff a little better organized, I could go right to that because I'm sure I have the actual image.
I remember what you're talking about. It's a white piece of paper with some writing on it. And it's over there kind of by the Jeeps, right? It's on that side of the street.
Yeah, part of my problem is that I save like everything that I see. And then I'm reluctant to change the file name of it because the file name sometimes will point you back when you're doing a Google search to where you found it.
Right.
Like if you download something, you change the name of it, and then you're just like, well, what website did you pull that from? It's like, oh, I don't know. I've broken the link because I changed the name of it.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and move on from this and let's get to another part of it. Can you pull up that one right there? Go
Which one?
that one. No, go to the left or to the right. Fourth one.
This one?
Yes. Have we talked about this one already?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at this one in a while. But yeah, this was just
okay, that's a 2011. That's what they're looking for, right? 2011 to 2013. They really don't change that much in body style. 2014. See, to me, they look all the same. Other than they start to get long.
Yeah.
See the vehicle at the top, the Exxon photo? That to me looks like the vehicle that we were just looking at.
Yeah.
That looks more like the vehicle than that Elantra right there. Because look at the back, how
little
little
right here.
Yeah, how little the back is, like the trunk area. That looks more like the car that we were just looking at.
Right. It's almost the Prius has a window similar to that. Oh, maybe let me just search my hard drive for Prius. I think I might have done a side by side of a Prius and a Elantra. Yeah, I did.
But maybe I'm just clueless. Maybe the tinted windows are throwing it off a little bit. I mean, maybe the tinted, because even the lights look different on the one from the Exxon. See, they look see how these are kind of bubbled? The ones from the Exxon look they look elongated and out more.
Yeah, let me share this one instead. This is Tell me, I think this Prius looks very much like that car we were just looking at.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, it's got that.
Yes. See, that looks
that
more like
cut.
the car. Can you color it white? With the tinted windows on it.
Did you ever see the Pulp Fiction little thing I mocked up? What did I call that? Oh yeah.
So does that look like that car that we just saw on the Exxon surveillance tape to you?
Wait, I have to show this just because I'm somewhat proud of the Photoshop work that I did here. With there you go. And I'm a huge fan of Pulp Fiction, but I think this of course came up when we were all discussing like the cleaning of the car, and that
Yeah,
instantly made me think of Pulp Fiction.
exactly. Wow.
But yeah, look at that. I think I even went to the detail of adding the W on the window for WSU.
I see
And
that.
the car itself, I think in Pulp Fiction is a different color. It's not white, so I made it white.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
that was kind of fun.
You know what they call a quarter pounder?
A Royale with cheese. Yeah, that movie is it's amazing dialogue. Just the conversation is you just that it hooks me. There was a friend of mine, another guy named Jeff, actually, and we have conversations. We can just have a conversation with using nothing but Pulp Fiction quotes and just keep the conversation going. And
That's pretty cool.
let's look on Carvana too.
Because that Prius looked a lot more like the car that is shown in the Exxon video. Like I said, the lights are bubbled out. The Elantra looks like it's just one solid light. The Prius has like three, it looked like, in a row, and they're bubbled out. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm no car guy. I'm no car expert. You know?
Yeah, like here's a comparison of at least the Elantra with the gas station photo. And I mean, it does look like a little bit harder cut right here in the.
I mean, the window looks deeper. The window cut looks deeper than the Elantra in that picture. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, look at this window cut from the.
Talking about the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
See,
there,
this is a very smooth flowing.
yes. This one has more door. I understand it's an angle shot. I understand that, but it wouldn't take off that much.
But some of the
lights look more forward. I mean, it's just hard to explain. The lights look different. The cuts on the fog lights on the one on the top doesn't look like they have very many. Like it's not as deep. This one looks deeper. What year is this Elantra?
I think that's a 2015.
Well, this would be Koberger's Elantra.
Yeah, that's the year. Yeah, I labeled the file white Elantra gas station photo.
Yeah, take over for a minute. I'm going to take some medicine. Take over for a minute. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try and pull up the Elantra from Carvana. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to switch it over to show you yet, but regarding this photo that we are looking at, yeah, I mean, the things I notice are definitely seems to be a sharper cut. Also, too, I think like with the Ford Fusion, I think like if you look at the bottom edge of the window, it's almost it's almost a straight line and then a cut. But I'm leaning with that car, kind of leaning more towards Prius. Because with the Elantra, as you can see down here, it is kind of a straight line, but then it has a flowing curve upward, which makes that's the unique thing about Elantras. The only other car that I've seen have this same flowing curve upward to the rear point is a Tesla. But the thing about the Tesla is the distance between the top middle and bottom middle on a Tesla is very tall. It's as if they designed the Tesla for very tall people. So that's when I'm driving along the road, I'm constantly looking at cars for the things like that. And yeah, the Tesla and the Elantra are the only two that I see that have this flowing smooth curve to the back point. And then the Elantra, with the Elantra trying to figure out, wait, let me pull up Carvana, because it's actually, I think it was Sergeant Friday who was on a long phone call with him, and he kind of helped me understand, how to tell the difference between the 2011 to 2013 versus the 14 to 16. Yeah, let me see if I can pull this.
Yeah, this is your portion. You go with it, because I mean, to me, a car looks one way, but it could be a totally different car. I mean, I'm not ignorant to the fact that I know differences between car styles, but I'm not very mindful. I see more white Elantras now than I've ever seen in my lifetime. I guess because I'm looking for them. Sabrina says, yes, they look like two different cars. That's her opinion. And
Yeah, so the thing, like these, I call them like boomerang shaped lights at the front, bottom corners. Those are like distinct between 11 to 13, and then 14 to 16. So those two points you can really kind of tell, which I think it makes it difficult for the FBI analyst who was trying to figure out what year it was, because I mean with the lights on and that dark video, it can be really hard to tell. The two front points that give it away as to what year it is can be very obscured, very hard to see. Also with the back, these two little red lights, that's the distinguishing detail on the back of the car. On 2014 to 16, these two little red markers are spread way apart. They're all the way at the far edge. Wait, let me see, like a 2013. Let me find a white one just so that it's might not be able to do that. Might have to go with what they have. Oh, do they even have one? Oh, here's one. It's in black, but so don't get confused. We're still looking at the same model car, but see how these little marker lights are. They're lower, and they're also more towards the middle of the car.
Man, I almost wish it would have been a black or a blue or a red Elantra. I mean, any damn color but white.
Yeah.
But Jeff, you see how go back there for a second, pull that one up again. And go look at it from the front. You see those lights, how long they look right there? The other lights on the other Elantra did not look that long.
Yeah. No, can I open up another window? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can. Okay, let's do it this way. So let's bring up the 2015 Elantra.
See, because I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse with those bubble lights like that, and that's what that car looked like on that Exxon video. It looked like bubble lights. See, like there, you can see the turn signal area and everything, but it's not as bubbled.
Let me search a 2011 Elantra. Come on, no white ones.
All the college kids have bought them out. They're going to be collector's editions.
All right, so the 11, you can definitely see the difference.
Oh yeah,
in those front lower lights to the 2015.
but look at the headlights. You see how different they are? They're not that much different, but they're still different. They're kind of rounded on the 15, and on the 11 they're just go back. You see how
Let me see if I can find one that an 11 that I can actually zoom in and move around on. Of course, they give me the 2013. Here's a 12. And to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure the difference between like the SE, the GLS. So hopefully I'm not doing any comparisons that are throwing off our understanding because of that.
No shit. Did he have a luxury edition Elantra? No, that's never even been said.
Well, I know the one thing you can tell, I don't know if like the infotainment package in the dashboard comes with like one of these other models, but actually, well, we could tell. No, see, this doesn't have like the GPS screen or anything, because I know his didn't have GPS, so maybe it's an SE. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows more than I do, but then with that, I'm not sure. But like, let's position them in a similar fashion. If you just compare,
I'm gonna pull up the body cam video.
Okay.
That way we can kind of see the back of the car as he's walking up.
Gotcha. Oh, where he's pulled over talking about crosswalks, or where he's in Indiana and
he's in Indiana. Here, let me show this right quick.
Okay.
So what were we saying about the lights? These, see how far they are? This is covered with car.
Yeah, that's an indication of a 2014 to 16.
Okay, the lights are further out. And that black one that you showed, they were further in.
Well, you can see it here on this. You want to switch over, or you got switching back and forth between what you got and what I'm showing here. You can see how this is.
Which one is that?
This is a 12. So this is right in the middle of the 11 to 13.
Okay, range. So look at that little ridge right there above those little tail lights, and see if it's on his. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, so you can see those little marker lights on his are much further out.
But I want to see if there's a ridge. Oh, come on. Hold on a second. It won't let me go. Okay. I don't really see a ridge. Well, there is a little bit.
You can kind of see it. If you switch back, you can kind of see it on this Carvana.
Dirty ass car.
They still mean is what?
Dirty ass car.
Yeah.
But yeah, his lights are further, but I don't see a ridge like the one you're showing. I'll switch back to that. But the one that you just pulled up, there's a ridge right here, a deep ridge.
Yeah, this one I got pulled up right now is a 2015. So this one should be matching to Koberger's vehicle. Although I don't know if his had this black area under the bumper.
How the hell did I get out of this damn? I don't see.
Are you looking for StreamYard?
Well, I guess I've enhanced it so far. I don't have any toolbars. I'm scared to put to push escape. I don't want to shut everything. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me get out of this damn page. Okay. Let's go back to yours.
Let's see. Yeah, so see, this is a 15. So it's got that little bit of a ridge, that connects the the two lights. Can I even zoom in further?
Can you go inside? We've seen what the inside of his car looked like.
Yeah.
I'm sure his did too, Jeff. It was just so freaking dirty, man. Yeah, that looks identical to the inside of his.
Yeah, and there's can't really see it on here, I don't think, but like right in this area, you can see that's where there's a cigarette lighter type plug that his
Yeah.
dad had the phone plugged into. But it looks like it wasn't just a. It looked like it was one of those plugs you plug into a cigarette lighter, and then it splits into like 2 or 3 places to plug your phone in.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I don't know what kind of seats he had. If he had cloth, I imagine cloth would be harder to clean than anything else. But to be honest with you, I really think when he got into this car, he had put it. This is just a theory, just my theory, but that he had put everything in the trunk that was bloody, and now he's getting in the car, for the most part naked. Which, ironically, there was reports of, Bethany seeing a naked man. Right? Don't know if that's true or not, but that could be. Who knows? Could be the same. Could be the explanation. But I would imagine if he got into this car, for the most part naked, and he took everything off, put it into something in the trunk, that maybe he's got some of the red stuff on his face, maybe. But I believe it's possible. I mean, I've videotaped surgeons in a doing they did a carotid artery surgery on this older guy. They cut his carotid artery open, split it open, scraped the fat off of it, sewed him back up. And then I got shots of the surgeons, like, taking their gloves off. They got a methodical way to take the gloves off, take the everything that's got blood on it. And then they go down and they have lunch in the cafeteria, just minutes after. So,
Right.
so if that's in theory is possible to get into this car, for the most part naked, and maybe, who knows? How do you know on this other seat you've got a change of clothes ready to go, and you just got to go down the road just a little ways, find a place to get dressed, and if there's a little something on your face, just don't touch your face. You probably look in the mirror and see it.
Hey Jeff,
Mhm.
go back and, like, you're getting into the vehicle on the driver's side, go up a little bit. Okay. You see that little lip when you get into your car? Most of us touch that little lip as we're getting in, like right above the right. Keep going up, 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 up to the right. That little lip right there.
Right here.
There's a lot of us that touch that little area when we're getting in the vehicle, because I've
do?
noticed.
What do you touch it for good luck, or why do you do that? It's weird, man.
No,
Why do
like
you do that?
as you're
I'm just
getting
kidding.
in. I mean, as you're getting in, I don't know what it is. If it's unconscious, you just,
Yeah.
because I've noticed in a lot of people's cars, that little area, it has kind of wear and tear, and it
Huh.
might have a little grayish area from just being touched so much. I guess
Yeah.
some people, they put their hand there to steady themselves as they're getting in. I mean, I'm not saying I do it. I drive a truck, so I
Right.
sure as hell don't, do that. But in a vehicle, in a car, I've noticed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen cigarette burns there. I've seen all kinds of stuff. How I've even seen blood in that area. I don't know how that got there, but it is possible to wipe, your body against that area if you're getting in fairly quickly. Maybe you rub your head across it, whatever. I don't know. Hey, it's medicine kicking in. Give me some slack. Hey, did y'all go to sleep, chat? What are y'all doing over there? There hasn't been an entry in a while. 10:34 was the last one. Did y'all go to sleep on us?
I'm thinking we've got him speechless. Is that what it is? But let's see, what is
And you're right, there's a little charger area. I just looked it up. The dad has a little charger right there.
camera?
I'll pull it up right quick. Let me show you. See that little area you were talking about?
Right. Yeah.
You know, I was listening because I haven't really been watching, but I was listening to a stream earlier, and the guy was talking about how Koberger's knuckles look broken right here, and somebody even said there was some blood right here along his arm. How his knuckles look broken and busted.
Right.
Rough.
Right. Do you I can you could pull that video up. You want me to pull it up and we go like frame by frame on some certain areas that I think reveal. What was that video called?
It's the Indiana traffic.
Did you have the YouTube? Were you just looking at the YouTube one?
Hold on a second.
Or
No, just looking at the images. Let me see the videos. It's called Idaho student murder. Suspect Brian Koberger is stopped in Law and Crime Network, January 3rd, 2023.
okay.
I'll let you do that because I mean I'm not in any shape to really stop and start. Did you find it?
Dang it. Pull it back up again. Let me just type the whole name. I should know right where this is. I kind of know where it is in my editing project, but
Law and Crime, Indiana. It's called Idaho Student Murders. Suspect Brian Koberger stopped in Indiana. Law and Crime Network.
wait,
Yeah, choose whichever.
full videos, traffic stops. This one is, although that one's what do you call it? Portrait mode. Oops. Dang it, it's going full screen on my whole screen. I don't want to. Well, that's okay. I mean, I don't need to see StreamYard. I can just go full screen.
Does it go back?
So this is the one. A lot of people were saying that they thought this was like a scar. But the thing is, this is like 12/15. This is, a month and 2 days after the murders. I mean, it seems like, if that was a scar, it would heal for one. But also, I'm just saying it. I think this is okay. This is only the one. This officer, unfortunately, gets no reward and gets no award for being the best camera person to get shots.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, "You're the worst cameraman on paper."
Now, granted, if there was some revolutionary or some very important piece of evidence that's on that door handle, boom, he would have gotten it. But yeah, he pretty much just shows his shoes the whole time. Well, here's a good shot of that. We could look at the car going down the road to get a sense.
That car is dirty as hell.
Yeah, they kind of went way south through Colorado and probably maybe, I don't know if that's hitting some snow.
But look right there, pause it right there.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that car from the side. Does that trunk area look like it just flattens out to you? I mean, because that's a good angle. Does it look like it flattens out to you? Does it look bubbled?
You're talking about down here, or?
Yes, the trunk area. Does it look like it just goes and flattens like the car that we saw in the Exxon video? Or does it look bubbled out like?
Oh, are you talking about the window, the cut in the back window?
No. You know how we were just talking about the Prius, how it kind of flattened out in the back with the taillights? Does that look like it just stops and flattens out like the Prius? Or can you tell that? I'm referring to the car that we looked at the very beginning, the car that you were in slow motion, how the back of it looked flatter as it was going by.
But you're not referring to the side window though.
No, I'm referring to the back of the vehicle.
flatter. Oh, and then it was kind of because one thing I noticed about the Prius is that it seems shorter. It's almost like somebody
Yeah.
took and shoved their hand into it and squished the back. It's like, oh, that's better. I want a design like that.
Yes,
With this,
exactly.
yeah.
So right there, does that look like that same vehicle to you? I mean, I'm not trying to debunk anything.
Yeah,
I'm
and it's
trying to ask your opinion on it.
really hard to tell. I couldn't tell you what that vehicle we saw with on the KTVB
Yeah.
report what that really is. I can tell you one thing: this is an Elantra.
Yeah.
For sure.
But they got him for tailgating right there. What is their interpretation of tailgating? He is more than 2 seconds behind that semi.
Yeah.
Unless
Well, I mean, I don't know that we can say he's pulling him over for what we're seeing on the camera right now. Could have been
true.
earlier,
True.
because I don't see anything that looks like worthy to be pulled over. But I imagine he's come up to him after seeing him do something, and now is being pulled over for it. Although I don't know if it's an officer's if it's customary for an officer to start the video camera during what you see as the offense you're pulling them over for. Of course, too, this, for all we know, we don't have,
That looks like
we're missing part of this, the
that
front
looks
part
like
of it.
the dash cam though, right there. Because I drive a Tahoe with a camera right there.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it looks like. That's the dash cam.
Yeah. This
So
is the car.
He would start that, and that's what you'd see is the vehicle in front of you like that.
Right. Interesting too. I think I marked the exact spot of this on my Google Maps, but that little sign right there is kind of help you find the exact location. So it's Henry County. I guess you're entering. You ever see that movie Fargo?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, well, in that movie Fargo, I mean the two guys that are the killers, they have a kidnapped woman in the trunk, I believe, or in the back seat. It's actually in the back seat. And the cop leans his head into the driver's side door, and the passenger, pulls a gun out of the glove compartment and, takes the officer out. But that movie, I thought about that movie when we were trying to figure out, a lot of people are talking about, like, did these cops know what they were possibly dealing with, that this was a potential suspect. And if anybody's seen the movie Fargo, just that fact alone, it makes me think these cops were not aware that this is
Yes,
this is
exactly.
a potential suspect. You just wouldn't put your face right in there.
That's what I was going to ask you next, Jeff. Did you see anything? I mean, you can't hear a lot of the conversation with the dad and Koberger, but did you notice any nonverbals from either one of them that seemed a little nervous? I mean, did you notice anything?
Let me find the other. It's the other one where you see them longer. Why am I only finding the ones that are the short ones?
I don't know.
Um,
I'm putting you on the spot right now.
I know. And I keep telling myself I'm going to get organized with all my clips.
There it is. Go up.
No, I think this is still. Yeah, this is still the one where you see his feet. I think there was one that showed both. Hold on, let me just search my hard drive for files. I should be able to. If I search Indiana, I'm sure I can find it. Raw video.
Why would you stick your whole head in there? I know you can't hear very well. I understand that. But for safety reasons?
All right, here we go. I should be able to search for these words, and it should go right to it.
Sabrina?
See, this is why I don't change the names of my files, because my MP4 file is called Raw Video Idaho Murder Suspect.
Yeah, why are you wearing a body cam and all you see is shoes at the bottom of the car? Good question.
Yeah, they should put the cameras on their heads.
Like a GoPro.
Yeah, yeah. So regarding that thing that looked like a scar on his wrist, I think okay, like right there. This was one of the spots that I was kind of looking at to see. See, this is one of the things that definitely makes me feel what we were looking at before was nothing more than a shadow, because his hands no longer in the sun, but you can see kind of still see that bone there. I don't see any scar. Looks like skin. Granted, some people might say the sleeve looks like it's pulled up just a little bit more, but um,
But also, he was boxing.
yeah.
He could have broken his hands numerous times.
Well, you're talking about the knuckles, though. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the knuckles are a different thing. Yeah, that could. I mean, yeah, it does look like it could have a bit swollen knuckles, but that scar on the side of his wrist, I don't see any
I don't see a
indication.
scar. Where would it be about, Jeff?
And also, too, if you've got a scar on your wrist that is from something as awful as what we think it could have been, are you really going to hold it up for the officer to see like that? And then watch how he hands the driver's license. This is the hand with a scar. You're really going to just freely hand it over? Now, I did start to get a little suspicious, though. If you watch how he takes it back, he doesn't take it back with the right hand. He takes it back with the left hand, I think.
That's what I was just going to ask you. Is he hiding the left hand? See, I think it's weird because the dad's all mouthy. Where are you guys headed? He said, "Oh, we're going to go get some Thai food." He's giving as little information as possible. The dad talking about, we've been to WSU, there's been a shooting, blah, blah, blah. Dad is just filling the whole tea,
Yeah. I mean, it's this kind of thing. It's really a little hard to judge because everybody is a little nervous when a cop pulls you over.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to say anything bad about it. But Koberger just has those eyes, man. They look like, God Almighty. They look so serious. Like, he doesn't smile.
Oh, this is where it's starting over. I think this is a shortened clip too because he didn't get the license back.
Well, we get the gist of it, I guess. I don't know. Do you want to look for it some more, or you want to move on?
Let me just look one more time because
Okay.
I know I've edited with it, so I know I've got the clip. Oh wait, let me sift by just movies.
But my whole thing is this: while you're looking for that, I'll entertain the crowd.
Okay.
My thing is, after supposedly he committed these crimes, he went back to teaching. If his hands were busted up and his knuckles and everything were really broken or whatever, how could you stand in front of a class of students with broken hands, cut up hands, and not at least flinch whenever you were hurting? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how, he went and got a haircut, he went to the doctor. I'm kind of curious to
Kind of carried on normal.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what they saw, what they observed. They're going to be on the witness stand.
Right. Yeah, surely they've got to be one of the 400 witnesses, right?
Look right there above the doorknob. Doesn't that look like a dent, or is that a shadow?
Above the doorknob?
You see where the door handle is? Go to the
down here
right.
at the bottom?
Yeah, is that a dent or is that a shadow?
Well, there's an indentation there where your fingers would grab, for grabbing the handle.
No, I guess it is a shadow. Yeah, I see the cop's hand with the radio right there. It's a shadow. I thought it was a dent there for a minute. And if he hit anything on the way out, some of the white paint might have been off his car. I know I'm jumping all around. Hang in there with me, Jeff. You know how this world works.
What are the meds that you're on?
Sabrina says, I think everybody is a little nervous when they get pulled over if they've done something wrong or not. It's just the police presence, I guess.
Yeah, that's
So-
understandable.
so
Now, I heard some people say, is this suspicious that he's got his hand between his legs like that? Is he hiding something? And actually, I think it was Daniel from Drunk Turkey Show was saying that that would be something that should make a police officer take note and be ready, because you don't know if he's reaching between, under the seat to grab a weapon or something. I'll tell you what, if I'm being pulled over, I'm not going to put my hand like that.
Hell no, I'm at 9-2, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, officer sees all 10 fingers of mine when I'm being pulled over,
Yeah.
which hasn't been on it. Well, yeah, I was gonna say it hadn't been for a long time. Actually, I got pulled over in my own neighborhood trying to figure out why my auto headlights, my high beams weren't coming on. I thought it might be speed related because I recently got a new truck, and I thought, okay, maybe I have to actually get up to like a certain speed for that to work.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm driving 40 to 25 in my own neighborhood, and I tried to explain that to the officer, and he was like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna give you a warning this time. And thankfully he had a dog that looked like my dog Nanook that was in the truck. So once we got talking about the dog, and see, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm looking at this video. I'm like looking for little things like that because I know I consciously was trying to get on the subject of the dog to get off the subject of writing me a ticket. And so like when he's saying, he's gonna go get Thai food, we're going to get Thai food. Even I don't know if you can how the sound is.
I'm just curious if he confessed to the dad if he did it. If dad knows at this point he's done it, or if he's still clueless.
Yeah, there he goes. He says we're going to get some Thai food.
And dad's still talking about WSU. I mean, out of the blue, out of wherever, of everything to talk about, why would you bring that up?
Well, I think from my understanding, I think he was saying we're feeling a bit punchy. I know maybe the dad was trying to explain why he might have been tailgating and kind of trying to explain why the offense happened here.
Yeah, that
He's
makes
kind of
sense.
saying we're feeling a bit punchy. We ended up leaving late out of WSU because they had this big SWAT thing going on there. But let me see, where's he give the license back?
There it is.
All right, so yeah, so he grabs it with the other hand there. Yeah, but this is a month later, a month and 2 days later. I'm sure anything is
It
healed,
looks like
right?
they don't have a lot of luggage in the back seat right there.
Yeah,
At least what you can see.
you can't really see a whole lot. I think maybe that's a back of a suitcase, maybe.
I just saw somebody run by in the shadow,
You saw?
in the reflections.
Yeah. You know what I think it is? It's this
What?
giant hand. Look at this hand. It's as big as the back of the car. 12 gauge. We figured it out. It's got to be this mysterious giant hand.
Hush, we want to keep this to ourselves. We want to be the one to have the breaking news. Hi, Kim. How are you doing? Hello. I wonder if he's left handed. I've thought that before myself. Wonder what handed he is. What do you think, Jeff?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean it's something worth considering, especially for investigators if there's anything that indicates whoever did the stabbing, anything that indicates whether they're left or right-handed.
Glad to hear it, Kim. Glad to hear it. Thank you for coming in tonight. Sabrina was waiting on you. And so were we. As he said, we're going to get Thai food. He has a serious look on his face. How come
Yeah,
he
let me
how
go
come
find that.
he's
That's right. I
not,
think it's right.
he's not talking very much?
Oops.
Let me ask you this question, Jeff. I'm
Uh-huh.
a question asker because I look at human behavior, whether it be in videos, whether it be in live. When I look at somebody and they are giving me that vibe right there, to me, it either tells me they're hiding something, or they're nervous, or they're just uncomfortable in the situation. They're not very sociable. So if you didn't know you were that police officer, this would probably be normal behavior for you because you've seen this all the time. But would his demeanor give you any kind of red flag just to say, man, that guy was weird? That guy was creepy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's and I don't think it's wrong to try and make a judgment call on somebody's creepiness. I think that's a normal part of what we're doing here. But it makes me think of, like, if you were casting a movie, if you're a casting director for a movie, and you're like, okay, these are our two next possibilities for our movie. The dad, would he play the creepy part, or would the son play the creepy part? And I'm sorry, I would choose the son as the creepy part. Now, I don't know if unfortunately for Koberger, he's got a bit of he's kind of like it's kind of like if he was a Muppet, he might be like the eagle. He's got that beak. Um, you know,
He definitely stands out. I mean, it's not like you could meet him one time and forget him. You know what I mean?
yeah, he's got that stare. That stare is just like, you almost want to tell him, like, okay, just take a break, man. Blink. Just go ahead. You can blink. Then we'll continue talking.
Yeah. Because he doesn't seem to
Good.
blink very often, does he?
And look at this. Check this smile. Look how quick this smile comes and then disappears right at the start. Right there. Boom. There
Yes.
and gone. Very quick smile. Like
I gotta act normal. Yeah.
yeah. It's like, I'm gonna smile, but then okay, now I'm the gears are turning on other stuff. But yeah, it is really hard to tell because of just even just normal people that haven't done anything nefarious, how they act.
Kim, you're right. He's odd, but there's a lot of odd folks in the world. I get that every day. Most of the time when people look at me, they think I'm angry, they think I'm pissed off or whatever, but I try to smile a lot more to not give them that impression.
Do you have a case of relaxed bitch face? Is that what you have?
Well, I would not like to call it that, but I don't know what kind of face it is. I was just born with a very serious look, I guess. PKC, welcome. I think I would be thinking you have traveled thousands of miles to eat Thai food. What the hell?
Yeah, that's a weird answer, and that
Yeah.
seems like I don't want to give you any other information that other than just meaningless information. I'm going to get Thai food.
Yeah, just very one-dimensional.
It's kind of like a child would answer. It's like, you've been pulled over. A child doesn't understand, like, the potential. There's a potential for a ticket. There's a potential for a fine. There's where are you headed? A kid, that's what a kid would say. Oh, we're going to McDonald's. I need a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
It's like, and then the way the dad jumps in and then it's like tries to rescue his son. It's like, oh, what my 8-year-old son's answer there mean. Let me tell you where we're headed. We're going to Pennsylvania.
Sit back, idiot. Put your hand between your legs. Sit on your hands. Sabrina says, I cannot imagine that his hands were injured, he was not taking that chance. He still had a job to go to people would have CM patched up. What is CM patched up? Yeah, I mean, if you're cutting yourself, especially if it's superficial or if it's deep, it takes a while to heal.
What
You
about
know?
this part too, where he's rolling up the window for the officer because he can't hear it, but look how he's doing the action of rolling up the window, but he is not taking his eyes off the officer. Is that almost like, is that kind of like, I don't want to miss a thing here? I'm so like, see, windows going up. I mean, I would kind of be looking over at the window. Although I don't know, maybe actually too, maybe Koberger has a difficult time hearing the officer, so maybe that's the reason he's looking now.
Well, yeah, but also, maybe he doesn't want to take his eyes off of him because dad might say some stupid shit out of it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna glare at dad until dad gets my,
yeah. Look at that. He does now. I'm not. I don't like to see. You can't judge just based on a still frame, but there's a moment back here where he looks at dad and I don't know what words are exactly being said at that moment, but wait, let's back up just a little bit. Okay.
see his eyes get wide.
Yeah. There he is. Just like I'm looking for, is there a sense of like, shut up, dad? You're
Yeah,
talking too much, or let's
yeah.
just get out of here.
I mean, my dad's a talker like that, and I have the same look sometimes. You know, like, hey, come on, let the guy do a job, move around. Because did he not tell the officer that his son was a PhD major and that he was going to school for criminology and this, that, and the other?
Right, right.
Proud dad moment, right? So he just kept on and on and on. So maybe he was just proud of his son, and his son is nervous. Like, let's just get out of here, bro. I'm not used to all this action. Let's go. I'm tired of getting pulled over by cops. Cops always pull me over. What the hell? Because he got pulled over a lot.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
and well, maybe does it also show his like personality? I mean, I think a nice guy. I probably wouldn't give the officers a hard time, but there's some people that would really be like, I just got pulled over. What is up with you guys? Why are you pulling everybody over? I've been pulled over. I just got pulled over 10 minutes ago. Of course, now then it makes you think like, okay, if you've done something pretty bad, last thing you're doing is going to give the hard cop a hard time. You're going to be the opposite. It's like, you're going to tell the cop, I sure hope there's a third one that's going to pull me over. I love talking to you guys. And
Right. Was this the first stop or the second stop?
um, good question. I wrote it down somewhere because I always get that mixed up.
Because if this was the second stop, I could see his apprehension and being like, what the fuck? Y'all
I
just
think
pulled
he
me over.
mentions in one of the stops, well, in the second stop, he mentions being pulled over.
Yeah, I could see his apprehension. Hey, you just pulled me over 10 miles down the road. What's going on?
Oh, wait, you know what? So that I can keep that full screen, I think I can pull up my notes on my phone.
So this is at 10:42 in the morning, right? 12:15, 2022, 10:42 in the morning.
All right, so here's my note. See, I am somewhat organized. So BK and his dad were pulled over at 10:41 a.m. and 10:50 a.m. So this is the first stop.
Okay, so he's probably a little nervous, but the second stop he should definitely be kind of like on edge a little bit. Okay, Dad.
Well, he
We're
might
getting
have been, but all we see is his shoes.
right. Dad, we're getting pulled over. Shut the fuck up. Type shit. Excuse my language, guys, but
Yeah.
STFU. But I mean, I can understand his hesitant there if you're in the car with your father. And let's say the dad is telling him, hey, you're tailgating, you need to back off. And he probably told him as he was getting pulled over here, I told you they were going to get you. And now he's having to eat crow because dad was right and he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That could
Right.
have been too. It's something that's in it's isn't it a little early to be getting Thai food? It's not even lunchtime yet.
Hmm.
Good.
That's a good point. Yeah. Who's
Good
eating
point.
Thai food that early in the
Kim. Why
Dang.
lie?
Super sleuth. Yeah. I didn't even really consider that.
Me neither. I've never thought of that. Let's
I
put that.
was so focused early on when I first saw this clip. I was so focused of like trying to make out what he's even saying. I didn't catch that that's what he said was Thai food. It was actually somebody else that I
Is it
saw
a
got
little
that.
early? Okay, let's see what Sabrina says. Yeah, but they might have left early in the morning and 10 o'clock. This time, it's time for them yet.
Well, here's I was having trouble doing some I was trying to do some serious math, and I'm not good with this, but trying to figure out based on the times. So they said that they got like slowed down because of the SWAT situation with Kopaka. They didn't mention by name, but the SWAT situation there. So I was trying to figure out if this added up. So 8:37 p.m. on 12/14. Now they're pulled over here. This is 12/15. That's when they get pulled over in Indiana. 8:37 p.m. on the 14th, day before, Pullman police are called about the Kopaka incident. That's 8:37 p.m. Goes from 8:37 p.m. through the night past midnight. Kopaka is killed at 4:22. Well, this is kind of ironic if you consider the 4:21 a.m. is when the cars heard from Linda Lane. Okay,
Focus.
diversion, squirrel. So that's 12:15. So Kopaka's killed 12:15 at 4:22 a.m. So on the 15th, December 15th. So, and Google Maps estimates it's 36 hours from BK's apartment to the location where they're pulled over here in Indiana. So, who's good with math? From if they're being pulled over at 10:45. Wait, when was the first pullover? Yeah, 10:41. They're pulled over. What's 36 hours before 10:40? 24 hours would be 10:40 the previous morning of the 14th, right?
Yes, and then it'd be 12 more hours, which would be 36, would be at night.
But there's also too, I'm not sure if I calculated in the time difference between Indiana and
So what you're trying to say is at this time right now where they're being pulled over, Kopaka's still in the standoff with the cops, right? Or has he already been murdered?
no, he would have been
I mean, not
murdered.
murdered, shot. My bad.
He would have been if the time zone didn't change at all, and then it was 10:44 here and 10:44 where Kopaka was. We're talking like 6 hours and 20 minutes
See,
earlier.
I think the time doesn't change. It changes from mountain to central, I know, in El Paso. So that would be before all the middle states. And Indiana is in
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost to feel, I'm just lost to feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel. Cause this drive it kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at